Hello and welcome to another Hydroneer video. Another gameplay. This is the second video I've done for this game now. I hope you all liked the first one. I just want to say I hope you're all keeping safe and well. All the loved ones are happy and close. And let's get into this video. You can see I've actually been pretty busy. I've actually managed to finally lay down all of the iron cladding. This is the bedrock. This is the bottom that you can mine to. I need to get a few more panels in there by the looks of it. Still having some really weird technical issues with getting the tractor down. I can get it down here now onto this flat space and I can mine out all of this wall and stuff, as you can see all the markings. I had to do a bit of manual digging in the roof there because it didn't quite reach. Let's take my light down here, shall we? Just place it anywhere in it to light it up a little bit. So you can see I've done quite a lot. If we just get that back out of the way for a minute. So if I run back up and we'll just quickly jump over to my little sorting station and I'll show you what I've done. It's going to be big. So firstly, I'd just like to point out that the tractor effort in my last video, or shall I say my first video of this game, I did say I'd like to see this front cutting wheel widened out, and lo and behold, the day I actually post that video, I log into the game and they've actually widened out the cut. So I think a lot of other people have made that comment, said it needs to be as big as or as wide as the tractor unit itself. Still got a few issues with the clearance underneath, especially these front wheels. These front wheels seem to get caught, and I found that if all four wheels aren't on the floor, it doesn't really want to move. But saying that, actually, if I quickly show you, so here we are coming up to my mine. I need to widen this out a little bit, actually. It's just about wide enough. We can quite easily drive down. You've got to give it a bit of a push to get off the ramp. And we're down here, which is fine. But if I then try and reverse it back up, there's a bit of an issue. It does go. Let's bring that up a bit. Don't get caught. Let's see, we're off centre now, so it's a bit finicky. But if we reverse it up, it doesn't have the power. I'm holding reverse. I'm like in full power reverse and it won't do it. Which is just, and there's the front wheels getting caught. So there's just a few clearance issues. I don't know whether I need to put in like some ground panels or something. That's my stupidity. Let's just like full power reverse, full power reverse, full power reverse, full power reverse, full power, full power, full power, full power. No, not gonna make it. So yeah, this brings the next problem is this tractor is basically stuck down here if I don't use the unstick feature, which I don't really want to do. I don't want to keep using that feature. I would like to be able to reverse it. I don't know if it's just because it's reverse, if it's got more power going forwards, but if you can imagine how big this space would have to be to reverse this, or like to be able to turn it around, would be insane. So yeah, let's unstick. Bit of an issue. I also find that the tank runs out pretty quick on this thing. So that's why there is another pipeline. I was thinking maybe about putting another one of these systems or a similar system down under the ground. Let's just turn that on to refuel. Yep, that'll do. So 3 lines for that. I will actually get on in this video, do like a mini tutorial about how I got to this stage. So we've actually been playing around with 3 different pump systems into one, which does get quite a good pressure rating, I think. Let's have a look. No, maybe not. It's a bit weird, they don't always tell the truth. See, look, I would say that's really good pressure. But anyway, got a whole load of spare parts now. I'm kind of keeping it over on the grass side. Put it in this bit and it sinks. Talking about sinking, bit of gold. I made a mega necklace earlier. Put it in the back of my tractor, and it just vanished. It didn't fly off. I can only imagine it went into the ground, but I put it in there. That would have been like a 20k or 30k necklace, or even more, maybe more. I would say it was. Let's have a look at this pile. I would say it's 1/3 of that pile in one necklace, and it just vanished. So a bit pissed by that. Well, it was a bit annoying. I did kind of scour the whole area to see if I could find it, in case it did fly off. Don't know. The other thing I found is stuff. I've had a machine fly into the ocean, which, considering that you can't get out there, is a bit silly. But yeah, so I lost a really good necklace. I reckon that would have sold for loads. I just don't know where it went. Don't know where it went. This right here, this has changed. Well, no, all of that's still the same. Got a few crystals there. This bit's changed a little bit for good reason. Oh, lag spike. A few more crystals. Got a whole bucket of crystals. These are really big. Oh, ruby and diamond count. Yeah, looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So really, I need to start filling some of these. Like, these are jammed packed. I can't really. I don't even know really if you keep packing them in like this whether it actually does much, but we shall find out. I'll be back in a second. Alright, here we go, folks. So I've got 3 in at the moment, just melting down. And those 2 are done. That one's still melting. There's a lot of gold in there. Where did you come from? Managed to kind of squash that pile down a little bit. So let's. I could really do some metal. You. Bring you back over there. I did have a little clean up, kind of got some of those little bits up. I managed to get a magnet stick, that was pretty handy. Oh, I need to stick you back in there, take you off. There's some mega block. Oh, you've melted already, wicked. Another mega block, stick you back in there for a minute. Let's have a look. So I've got 3 mega blocks. Let's do necklace, let's have a look. Emeralds is there. Should we do emeralds, ruby? Let's do a ruby. Actually, let's see if I can get a bigger ruby. Let's come round. You look pretty big. About the same. You're going to be about the same, aren't they? You look bigger. So, blimey, I actually sat on there. Stick you in there. So this is, which I realised I didn't cover in my last video, is this is how you you make the items. Where did I put my blacksmith? Oh, I hate when that happened. So yeah, you got the anvil. I did cover it, but I didn't show it in the last video. You got anvil, and you have to place these. Sometimes these will just roll off, which looks like it might have been semi-fixed. And so what I was talking about is having these die plates, but if you imagine it's like a ring shape, and then you could grab like a blue or a green or a red and just stick them in. So if you've got like 3 different holes, instead of just dropping them in, you could actually pick up a blue and then left click, and providing which area you're facing on the 3 of the ring. Or if you've got a necklace and you could put 5. So let's say you've paid 245,000, hypothetical number, for a die cast of a necklace that had 5 different emerald bits and is made out of like 5 gold, then you could put 5 gold bars into it and 5 different diamonds, emeralds, rubies into it, and put that die cast onto, which you can do with this, onto here. Then that would allow you to make that necklace or ring. I think that is probably one of the biggest steps forwards that could happen in the game. Just a theory, but then you could also do the same. You could have a die cast for like pipes and certain, or like, you know, you've got, look how much iron I've got. I don't need to do that. I could make my own spanners with that. Alright, let's see if I lose. No, let's put that there for the minute. I don't want to lose another one. Let's make a ring out of this. Oh yeah. See, look, there's already 3 on it, so why couldn't you just... Anyway, let's not get there. You can see I haven't made a building or anything yet. I'm kind of focusing on just being rich. gonna try and make an epic sword of doom. Oh, not ready yet. Come on! Alright, give me the sword of power. It's dark. Whilst that's burning up. Nothing like sleeping next to your tractor. This is quite a contraption now, isn't it? I'm going to cover this, guys. We are building up towards it. I just want to try and sell some stuff. Be interesting to see how much this is going to come to. Right, you on there, you on there. You're still. Let's do that. But there should be like dramatic music. I might have to edit in some dramatic. And right, so. Let's go and make some money. Okay, they look down. Ah, crap. Okay. Go to the next one. My god! That's so quick. Oh yeah, I forgot a lot of stuff over here. Whoa. Oh my god. Man, it definitely made improvements to the tractor, I was going to say. That was a little bit scary. Oh man, how are we down on everything? It's not good. Hello? Alright. Whoa, that still happens! Oh my god. Alright, so while we're here and we can't sell anything from the back of this truck, let's go through what to do at the start of the game. So, you're going to start here. You're going to have a basic pan, shovel, bucket, and a brush. So, this. No, that might be yeah, no, not that one. This one. What I was doing was just doing shovel, pan, and then brushing that, which is completely wrong. What you want to do is use your pot. Because your pot can actually hold more. So we go like that, and then you pour your pot into here. Gives you more in the pan. Put the pan in the. Okay. You press E, gives it water. Pick up your brush. Scrub, 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 scrub. Pick you up. Gold. Keep you to the side. Now, once you've got enough money and items, by doing this again and again and again and again, and at start it becomes really tedious. Like. Hey. Okay, so once you've got enough, make your way over. Okay, so once you've got your items, you want to come up to this jeweler marketplace, and we're just going to dump down there. You're going to get 27. Yeah, okay. It won't do the pot, don't worry. So there's our money, and we want to put that back in there. Grab you, and now we come all the way back down the hill, and we're going to pop into our little shop. Okay, some money in there. I would say the first thing you want to buy out of all of this is one of these, an improved shovel, but it's C78, 78 cents, and we don't have enough. We've only got 27, so we need to rinse repeat this process until we can buy one of these shovels. You may say, why the shovel? Because the shovel, being a better shovel than the one you start with, will actually fill one of those buckets up in like 1 or 2 scoops. We're going to find out. So we go 1, 2, can't take a third one. And we actually took out a lot of ground in doing that. And then we can come back over, we can tip it into there, gives us a full one straight away. So I did not realise that at the start, and I was doing it all completely wrong. But once you've got one of these shovels, you can clear out quite a big area pretty quick by doing that little process. The other trick you can do, which is a hum and ha to whether you do or not, is get an axe. If you get an axe, with an axe you can actually clear out quite a large space very quickly, but the problem is you don't get any of that dirt in your bucket, on your spade or anything. So you could be losing a lot of resources, so it's a trade-off. But there's a very quick way to making a set of steps down to the lower ground. That's right, so if we come down here now and we mine the very deepest of deep dirt, and we take you back up, whoop, and we put this in our container, or our pan shall I say, and we get a brush, and we see what we've got. Look at the size difference. So your better gold and materials at the bottom, but you're still not going to get much by this pan. Well, you're going to get a lot in the early days using the pan. But if you want a lot of resources, let me just get this so it doesn't get eaten by the ground. And yes, that is a thing. It's like zinc and sand. Once you get enough money, you can then start getting hydro equipment. And that is a game changer. I think it's going to night time, so you guys can see I'm going to sleep. Right, what I've done is I took one pipe, and I kind of, after loads of trialing, found that it is best to have different pipes. So I took one pipe, put a filter on it, put a tap so you can turn it off. If you didn't put a tap on it, and it was running the whole time, you would wear out these filters and various other parts very quickly. It's worth that when you're not using it, turn it off. Pressure gauge. Yeah, decent pressure. And then I ran that down, split it into two. I have actually got one of these Goliath drills. I don't think they're very good. Personally, let's change that back around the other way. Because they're only going to drill that one space, and then you have to keep moving it and you have to keep changing the pipe, and you're only going to get like 5 minutes worth out of it. At the start of the game, probably, yeah, excuse my chair. At the start of the game, you could probably say, yeah, it's worth it. But, I don't know, it's a hard one to choose. It's a cork, damn it. It's a hard one to choose. I think, given the fact that you can kind of, one of the tricks that I was doing, if I go and grab my pot, and this is probably the quickest way I found to mine, is if I grab you, put you there. Where the hell did my shovel go? There. If you fill this bad guy up, like that, and then if you kind of look to the edge, you can actually tip him out onto the conveyor belt. And I found that to be, they're the same size as the Goliath drills, and there's no real difference it's the same dirt. There's no change to it. So if I pick you up and get some more deep dirt, there we go, and then do the same, we've now got a big one. So this all runs in the same kind of mechanism, in the same way. So if I turn this on, move this out of the way, because otherwise they're going to go flying. You're facing the wrong way. Still facing the wrong way. There we go. So he's gonna make his way up this. Have I got a crystal in there? No, it doesn't look like it. Thank you, that powers you. Oh, really? This is what happened. Tool bag. So now he will come up to conveyor belt. So this is what I've generally found a lot of people have done. I've watched a lot of tutorials like the Drayke and Blitz, I think it is. And it makes sense to, logically, to move earth from one place to the higher ground to then crush it at the top, and you've got your... oh crap. So yeah, that's what I've seen a lot of people doing. But the problem is the mud can build up. There's too many places for the mud to build up and get bigger and expand to the point where it can't fit into the system. And so when I left this area, after making a hell of a lot of money from down in this mine, let's follow this one along. I realised that this system of conveyor belts just doesn't work for the mud. See, look, mud's got caught there. If there was another block behind it, it would hit that. It would get twice or 3 times the size. Or mud does this, it rolls off. Like, where did he even go? Like, hello? There he is. So, this doesn't work. I scrapped it. And that's the biggest difference between this mine and my other mine over on the other side of the hill. I just quickly stopped at the market to see what the price was, and the can't go rate, and the ring is 53, so we're going to try and sell this mega ring. That's not bad. 8,000, I'll take you, thank you very much. Wasn't as mega as I expected it to be, but good enough. What's the swords at? No, down. Let's hold on to that for a minute then. Alright, so we're coming back over to our new mining plot. And I'll explain why this works. Oh, break! So, why this works so well compared to the other system. If you look at how much conveyor is here, there is only one place that the conveyor system takes the dirt. There is no corners for the dirt to get caught on, other than that. Which is a bit weird. Let's just turn you on. Okay, so there is only one place, one conveyor for the dirt to come from. Even if you're doing it by hand, you could put this conveyor down there in underground and have one conveyor coming up. And if you put it going straight, and I've realised that you need one of these flat conveyors straight after one of these kink ones, because there's nothing to grab the dirt as it comes over the top. A bit difficult to point with this kind of cursor, I hope it makes sense. When it comes up from the bottom, and it gets to this top edge here, you need something to pull it along. So having this conveyor here kind of pulls it off the edge. I found that having just one of these kind of crushers to make the dirt smaller just isn't powerful enough, because it sometimes can like build up and collect on this. So you need two. It'll push it across into another one, it'll stop it kind of building up and clogging up the system. Still get clogs, because unfortunately this thing is so small and so useless, and you can't have any of these iron sheeting kind of blocking the way. The most I've got to is these, and there is a way that you can put those in so they don't kind of cause so much problem. Let's actually show you with this block here. If I fix this into the ground, pick you up. See, now this is on the outer side of this block. If I put it on the inside of the block, see how it is actually within this block boundary. And so that's one of the biggest tricks I found with dealing with the dirt, is you just need to change the angle, bring it out, and now you can see it's actually on the outside of this boundary block. It's in this other block space. And that's where the dirt was conflicting. The dirt would come along and see this within this, within this boundary space, and get here and go, oh no, I can't do anything because there's a block there, there's something there in that space. So again, by moving outside of the boundary space, the dirt comes along and falls in. There is still sometimes the dirt blocks can get so big that there's, if you've got one there and one on this side, this space is still too narrow, which is why when you come up to this, I'm going to turn this off because it's breaking. That's why this one is on the outer block, this one is on the outer block, but then here this one is still on the inner block. I could move him out, but then you might get dirt building up on the edge. So I've done a lot of trial and error, and that's why there's also no boundary point here. There's no wall here for the time being. I might try and put one in if I can. If I remember rightly, I had issues. Let's give it a try. Okay, I'm back. Just quickly ran over and got some dirt. Just gonna... Oh, need to turn the system on first. I could put that as like one pipe and... Or, yeah, I prefer it like that. Just being a control freak I am. Right, so... Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems to be working. Oh, I'm out of dirt again. Oh. So you can see it's working pretty well. I think this is probably the best system to do it, so I'll give you a quick kind of... It's... let me turn it off. Alright, so we've got one pipe coming up. I've got 2 water filters going into one of these pressure tanks. There we go, I had to think of the word for a minute. And I've got some of these crystals into just a pressure meter. So it comes round into a flat, 4 raised, and then goes into 2 crushers with a lot of kind of like angled iron, corrugate, whatever you would call it. Then into one of these, which that is powered off a separate system. So that's one system there, just into the conveyor system. Second system has only 1 water filter. I don't know if you need more than 1, but anyway, into a pressure tank. Then I've got it actually split, and you've got a pressure gauge there, which pressure is good, so I may not need to split it again, but I've got it split anyway. 1 goes up straight into the crushers, 1 splits off into your actual mineral crusher or filter. It's not a filter, it is a crusher at the end of the day. Anyway, that's what crushes the dirt down and gets you all your ores and stuff. That is actually spitting straight out into a vertical conveyor system that then brings the platform back up again, which then feeds into the filters. So the filters are actually set, so I realised the most I'm going to get first is gold, so I put him as the first one. Then I realised it'll be the iron ore, so that's second, and then I didn't bother filtering any of the ruby. So I put the third one as the crystal, because that's kind of a high priority, especially when you get this size. There's actually quite a few there. And anything else just gets spit out, and these are flatbed conveyors in between just to keep the flow moving, and that again is all off its own pressurized system, so that is off the third run. And again, we've got 2 water filters going along. I have got a pressure tank there, I don't use it. Pressure is kind of semi-okay. Put a T-junction just in case I did need something else. I've got a pressure tank there with all the bitty bits in, and that goes straight up into the vertical conveyor belts all the way along and does the whole system. With a cork in the end, and that's all my rubies and emeralds and diamonds and stuff gets, well, sapphires, they're not diamonds, are they? Sapphires. Yeah, sapphire. So yeah, that I think is the best way to do the system. And what I'm thinking of doing next, which is what this pipe is for, and I'm playing around with the pressure of having 3 pumps going into 1, is I'm going to put a bend into this and take it straight down into the ground. I'm going to try and bend the tractor around and have it come all the way down to this point. And then I'll put a conveyor belt system in down here somewhere. So what I can then do is the first stage of this system, which is the conveyor belt into crushers and into this crusher machine, will be underground. And have a conveyor belt that comes up from the ground, so it's all the way from over there, comes up all the way along, bends around the corner and comes into this point here, and then uses the same 3 filters. And that way I don't have to worry about these filter systems anywhere else. I don't worry, I have to worry about moving the station or anything. And it just feeds into the same loop, and then that loop can be powered the whole time, filtering out all of my stuff. I might make these pits a bit bigger, but all of the crushing will get down below, because these conveyor belts move the ores a lot better than they move the dirt. So I think that's where this system rules, because your movement of dirt is very limited and it can't go very far. So that's it really. Still loving the game, still got a few glitches, lost my emerald necklace, which is a bit annoying. We might actually go and see if I can sell these. Let's get a new day. 16,000. 16,000, is that all? Okay. Let's try. They need to fix that tractor. They need to give the tractor more strength, a bit more oomph. It's bigger, so it'd have a bigger engine. Should be able to reverse up that hill quicker. Anyway, let's. I'll meet you up by the markers now. Alright, we're here. Looks good. 85. So 16 in the last one. Let's have a look what it is in this one. 17. Wow. Let's see what sword's up now. Let's see what the sword can do. Well, that's not that much. Maybe they've changed the prices. Or like the value. But I'll take it. 24. Oh yeah, there we go, 32,000. I've already got 100,000 down there. Adds to my riches. Oh dear. Alright, so you've just caught me as I'm packing up some stuff from here. I realised I had a bit more than I thought. So I'll probably come back and reclaim a lot of this at another point if I don't mine out this area. I haven't really decided yet. I'm just going to grab some of this. I'll probably go in the episode here, guys. Thanks for watching again. I hope you like these. More of an update to any of the changes they've made with the tractor and stuff. Thank you for watching the episode again, guys. It's a bit of a shorter one. I hope you enjoyed it. And it's always a bit of a giggle, this game. Kind of do a lot and get lost. Yeah. Go and grab the game, guys. It's in the Steam. It's a fun game to play at the moment. Yeah, guys, thank you very much. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. And put down your thoughts and comments or questions below. Thank you for watching. Drayke out. Much love.